Kia ora, guys. What's your team name?
The Social Falcons.
The Social Falcons. Okay, and you guys have made this, a camp game. It's called Camp Time. Let's have a look at it. It's made in the shape of a figure 8 with a Z in the centre. Tell me, why is this in the shape of a figure 8, William?
It's because, we only have, 3 days out there, right?
Yep.
Because we start at school.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, a couple turns, it's nighttime.
Ah, yeah. The first day, end of the first day.
Pass overnight twice.
Right.
And then, after that, it's the night
Time again.
And then
Back to
school.
Very clever. You know, you're the only group that thought of that. That's really smart. Well done. And what's the basic objective of the game, Hayden? What do you have to do? How do you win?
We have to stop all of the black dots.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a tick. Yep.
And get back to school
First.
first.
All right, so the winner is the person who can go around the entire board, stopping at all the black dots, and get back to school first. Tell me, over here, what are all of these things written on the squares that don't have a black dot? Tell me about those, Fergus.
They're basically kind of things that you can get, like you break your arm, go back to school.
That's not good.
Safe.
Chance cards, and what was the last one, sorry?
You're safe.
You're safe. Oh, okay, so there's some safe squares, so nothing happens on those squares, you just get to move on. And now what happens, well, what are the chance cards, Bode?
The chance cards, they're all these different random situations that could happen at camp. Like, you fall in a hole and your shoe gets muddy. Go to the showers for one turn.
Oh, okay, so pick out which of the chance cards. You've got a big stack of cards there.
Here's one here.
Read that one for me.
You win a game of Spotlight, +1 encourager point.
What's an encourager point?
Well, what an encourager point does, every time you stop on a black dot, it might say, you roll a resilience 7 to pass.
Okay.
So for me,
Well, hang on. We're gonna get to that in a sec. I'm gonna get Alex to explain that in a second. But what would you use the encourager point for if you had one?
If you can't quite make it past a certain area, you could use an encourager point to help boost yourself
To help boost yourself?
or someone else.
Ah, so you're supposed to use them to support someone else in your team who's struggling to get past, right? Cool. So we can use an encourager point to help when we are stuck on a task. All right. The black dot, the black dots, Alex. Tell me about them. We've got one here that says the walk-in. We've got one here that says recreation. We've got one here that says bouldering. What do I have to do when I get to these black dots?
So there's sort of like checkpoints, and when I get, and even if I'm here and I roll a 6, I still have to stop here.
Okay, so you have to stop at each one.
And that's what most of these here are for. So, for instance, this one here is Spotlight.
So let's say we land on Spotlight. What do you have to do?
You take the Spotlight cards
Mm-hmm.
that are here, and you take one of the Spotlight cards, and this one here says you won +1 encourager point.
All right, so you got an encourager point.
You've got an encourager point, so you keep that card. But you could also get something like your foot gets tangled in a bush. The game ends. And it's R8. So then what
R8. Oh, stop. I'm going to get Titus to explain the R8. So the game ends R8. R8. What does R8 mean?
So basically what you do, R stands for resilience, and if your resilience is 4, you have to try and get a number over
You have to get more than 8. So this is your character card. And on your character card, you've got SMART, which is your smart skills, and you've got some lines. So what does this mean, Titus?
that means if...
So you've got S3. What does that mean?
I think that one means smart.
Well, socially adept. So you've given yourself 3 points for socially adept. Is that 2 points for motivated, 4 points for articulate, 2 points for resilient, and 4 points for thinker. So can you explain, if you need to roll an R8, which is resilience 8, but you've only got 2 resilient points here, you've only got 2 for your character, what do you need to roll? What does he need?
You have to get a 5 to...
You need to roll a 6. What didn't you? A 6, because 6 plus your 2 equals...
6 plus a 2 equals 8.
Exactly right, okay. Who's got a different score for their resilience? What have you got, William?
I got 3 for socially adept.
Oh, hang on, we're looking at your resilience.
Ah, yeah.
What have you got for resilience?
5.
5. So you're a 5-star resilient. That's your special power, is it? Ultra resilient, William. So what would you need to roll for an R8 card
Wow.
on the dice?
We have 5. That means 3.
Yeah, exactly right. So William would only need to roll a 3. Oh, he just passed. Whereas Titus, you'd need to roll a 6. Oh, good luck.
You're gonna get 6.
Oh, he only rolled.
Halfway.
So he would have to. What would he have to do then? He would have to wait on that square.
You'd have to wait on that square for another turn unless someone used an encourager point.
Ah, so if someone uses an encourager card, then that can help him get through.
Like having just
So if we pause from the game for a minute, now the game is based on camp. What's the real life equivalent of this? When we're at camp, what will we need to do as a team to make sure we get around the camp rather than around the board game? Fergus?
We're gonna have to like work together.
Yep.
To solve problems and equations and stuff.
Yeah.
Say on low ropes, you could just like instead of just trying to get one person across, you could just like try and get one person to this place, and then that person helps other people get to that place, and then
Right.
like a chain.
So we're going to need to help each other out. We're not going to try and do this all on our own. We're going to work as a team. Now, why do you think I've made you guys do this task in your bunk room rather than with kids from, say, your home class?
So, you'd probably do that so you can all kind of have a laugh about your fears for camp.
Yeah, because we've all got a few worries about camp, right? And they're all different, eh? Yeah. Have you all had a bit of a chat and a share about what's worrying you about camp? Yeah, and a few of them we've shared. And some of the activities that are actually in here help in your cards, in your scenario cards, they actually help talk about some of those worries and fears so that we're more prepared and ready to go. Lastly, why else did I put you in this team? So that you learn to work
together.
Because on camp, what are you going to have to do?
Work together.
Absolutely right. Okay, team, was this a fun activity?
Yeah.
Yeah? And are you looking forward to having a playthrough of this game when we are at camp?
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
That's probably going to be the first game that we go there.
I reckon you can play it in your bunk room on the first night, maybe. Who knows?
That's what I think.
We'll see. All right, guys. Room 1B, is it? And in your name was it again? The something Falcons? The Social Falcons. All right, Social Falcons, say goodbye.